This is on the back of the earnings. We see a revenue uptick of around 10%. Margins stood at 6.7% versus 4.4%, and the gross refining margins have also seen a sequential improvement. So the higher numbers that we are looking at is owing to the better refining and marketing environment which was there, but this was partially marred by the inventory losses which took place. If you look at the EBITDA number, though we see a expansion in the figure, it was still below the estimates owing to marginally weaker gross refining margins. So these three stocks in radar on the back of a couple of news updates and the earnings as well.
Okay, Anushi, thank you for getting us that list of stocks. Want to also take a look at how BPCL and HPCL are panning out on the charts. Whereby there has been enough amount of volatility for both these companies based on, all that we've seen with respect to Russian crude, or at least the supplies from Russian crude, coming off to a certain extent. I would actually be a little bit more curious with respect to its technicals at the moment. And at least BPCL, of course, has been on the downward trend since, I would say, September, and we haven't seen any recovery, any meaningful recovery whatsoever as far as BPCL is concerned. Let's pull up HPCL as well and see how things are panning out there. I'd reckon it won't be very different from BPCL, more or less the same. Considering they're very, very related companies, it is more or less the same. And it does seem like both these companies, both these stocks have made a new lows today. Kush, how have you placed? Do you think that there's any possibility of a recovery? Do you think that if either of these companies are oversold at the moment, at least technically speaking?
Not even close. There was some recovery that happened, and that is also getting sold into. For BPCL, that level is the 20-day moving average around the 282 mark. For HPCL, it's the 200-day moving average around the 375 mark. As you pointed out, these stocks have not really made money, at least not in the recent past. So I continue to give them a miss, every time a question pops up. So I could just perhaps help with levels, but not really a trade on either side, long or short at the moment in some of these names.
Okay.